for Irine Vela and Mulaim Vela. Welcome, welcome. I want to begin by respectfully acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land upon which we are performing today as the Bunurong, Bun, Wurrung and Wurundjeri Wai Wurrung peoples of the Eastern Kulin Nation, and we pay our respect to their elders past, present and emerging, as well as to all First Nations people who may be here. We confirm we are on unceded land. This is and always will be Aboriginal land. All right, it's a little bit windy, but we are endeavouring, aren't we? That's the main thing. So I just also want to say, war and its associated horrors continue to be the scourge of human existence and enlightenment. We stand proudly alongside this woman, who is made by another woman, who is made by another woman, and another, and another, and another, who have lived despite severe conflict barging their doors. So today I want to share with you my poems from an embroidery of old maps and new. These poems, like Nina Sanadze's art, are informed by memories, counter-memories, post-memories, oral stories, and vicarious trauma associated with war. My parents and both sets of grandparents left Cyprus to escape poverty, civil unrest, and imminent war. So I hope these poems have some resonance for you today. Arrival. You stand in front of glass. It opens without knocking. They have women unarmed, sitting at counters, smiling. Hello, how may I help you? They pay people to help you. There are words you must hold like blankets in snow. Human rights, discrimination. You repeat them as third language. They feel hot on your tongue. They make you remember a child with broken teeth. Remember a woman with torn womb. The man eating the dirt. Here, you can say them again and again to many strangers who will take your story like a startled baby. In fits and starts, you come to know words as soldiers standing at checkpoints. Allegation, evidence. Your story climbs their walls and waits for you outside their office, knowing you cannot open the hearts of words written as law. Philoxenia. Philoxenia is a Greek word, but hopefully after I read this poem you'll have an idea of what it means. Philoxenia. The mansion was a brick veneer house in Lalor with 3 bedrooms, more than enough space for Baba, Mama, my sister, the refugees, and me. For school, I drew the house in aerial view to show how we lived within walls of small steps and hesitant knocks, with a toilet and a bathroom in constant repair. Bedroom 3 was cleaned by Mama with a double bed covered by a treasured lefkara embroidery to comfort Fido, Rulla, Dagi, Andriani, Cristalla. My parents brought the ancient tradition of philoxenia Befriend the stranger. Welcome the weary with heart. No need for tolerance or cultural duty. There were stamped passports, signed papers, a promise to learn English. Baba found the money. Mama cooked the meat and beans of stewed memories. They stayed. Late at night, there were noises of war from their room, as if they unpacked Iocca's guns, Attila's howitzers. They used our pillows to muffle their cries. She tiptoed through her body, carefully slid down the medulla to walk like a whisper. Each step made without an explosion brought a victor's muffled cry. She asked her doctor, "What war did I incubate?" Cyprus, Afghanistan, Korea, Cambodia, and now Ukraine. 40,000, 55,000, each country growing people without arms, legs, and still they continue to gather their wood by that roadside, go to school on the path with the new rubber foot. El Salvador, Vietnam, Angola, Syria, and now Ukraine continue to work, marry, have children, cook with their elbow, write with their teeth. A schwannoma is built to blast injury with 5 trauma triggers: activator, fuse, charge, a power source, and a body. Don't step on a frayed nerve. She's told there are 12. She has made it to the thoracic without incident. If she goes further to the outlying grey swamp branch roots, they are there, hunched in anticipation. She knows their tactics. She is lucky her war is secret. She has her clothes to hide the scar that split her back, to deactivate Bomb 13, her stomach scar that cut the blast of Bomb 14. She has planted warning signs, must avoid the right side's peripheral nerves. Tonight, she will cook, read, go to bed, and sleep only on her left. It's funny, I'm going to change the set altogether and I'm going to read a poem about a wishing tree, which does exist and continues to exist in Cyprus. I'm very much aware of the tree. I visited it and spent a lot of time with it, and so did my maternal grandmother. So this is her story in a sense, creatively documented. It's called When the Hills Hoist Became the Wishing Tree. With a peg in her mouth, Marula walks the circumference of the clothes tree, looks at each pillowcase, sheet, tablecloth, Tuggy's singlet, reminders of the white handkerchiefs tied to the wishing tree at Bafos. When she was 8, she tried to reach the branch with her hanky. There was no one there to hold her up. She didn't whisper her secret dream to the tree that day, and the next morning she left, stuffing her flag of surrender into her suitcase. Dougie's out for the day. She's alone with her waving white promises. She touches them one by one. The pillowcase, sheet, tablecloth, his singlet. She reaches and holds onto the bar, swings herself into the wind, at peace with spent wishes and dreams. She is a flying stream of coral, rose and black. She is laughter spilling itself into the sun. She is the fragile wires of affection she has come to know as home. The rain is slapping her window, harder, harsher. Stamada, stamada. She knows this warning well. The wipers are trying to fend off the slaps. Viene piso, piso. The intersection is amber light and proffers a U-turn to 5 minutes ago, Evans Street, Laylaw, Melbourne, Australia, or 5 years since, Mud Path, Torn Village, Harja, Cyprus. One home has her gulping her coffee like medicine, covering her lips with Mavro Kerazi, forcing her thick curls to conform, fighting with the shadows for her car keys, leaving her kids to their toothpaste battles, to their adopted bedtime stories, walking the dirt carpet to her tired Capri, igniting the engine to deafen the dialect, Stile me mana. Haunting the radio announcer's slumber with the song of guilt at the village well, when water was carried like a secret lover. Stile me mana, stonero, na sudofero, droseron, que anden stofero droseron, dinyotimu na mi haro, stivrisi mana eftasa, jedostamnimu yemisa, je aksafna barabadisa, jedostamnimu tsakisa. The older home has crept into the car, in the back seat, blowing into her ear. Lyric, seed, graft, sprout. Yineka gesklava banda tha ime. With the rain turning into the water, brimming with threats to spill. Stile me mana stonero, na sudofero katharon. Kian sen den stofero droseron, dinyotimu na mi haro. Stivrisi mana eftasa, jedostamnimu yemisa, jaksapna barabadisa, jedostamnimu tsakisa. There was that one path her bare feet knew, like her mother's command. Viene grigora gorin. And now she is stopped at a green light, wanting the rain to drown her horn of rage. This woman talks to me with her hands. She always has. Since birth, I have failed to grasp them. I have followed the voices and text I found outside the home, words on pages in whatever language, discipline or culture bound by libraries. Left this woman to create her own story with soil and seeds, flour and salt, a cloth, a needle, a pot, an oven. Her fingers are an alphabet I had no patience for. This is the woman who knows how to hold with her lined and stained hands the story of all other women we service with a system of payouts. Women of colour on the General Motors assembly line playing the conveyor belt like an instrument they will never learn. Hispanic women wearing paper masks as they spray jeans and their lungs into shreds. Her fingers twitch when they tell of the Thomastown factory sewing machine, stitch by never-ending stitch, bleeding before a stop for break, the dip and throb of migraine fighting quota. This is the woman silenced by statistics. We must search for her, not in photo albums nor newspapers. We must go out to the wild woods where there are trees left to grow old. Like hunting for prized truffles, we must smell, touch, taste, and when we see her, hold out our hands as children willing to learn.